Going to Galilee also means going out to the peripheries, out to the very edge of beyond. Galilee was an outpost town. The people living in that diverse and desperate region were furthest from the ritual purity of Jerusalem. And you will see in one gospel, does anything good come from Galilee? Yet Galilee is where Jesus began his mission. There he brought his message of unconditional love and acceptance to those struggling to live from day to day, the excluded of society, also the most vulnerable and the poor. There, in Galilee, Jesus brought the face and presence of God, who tirelessly seeks out those who are discouraged or the lost, who go to the very edge of beyond, the peripheries of human existence, since in his eyes no one is ever the least. No one is ever excluded from his love. The risen Lord is asking his disciples to go to Galilee even now. He asks us to go to Galilee, to the Galilees of 2022, in each of our lives, in each of our worlds, in the streets we travel, the corners of our own cities. There, in each Galilee, the Lord goes ahead of us and makes himself present in the lives of those around us, those who share in our day, our homes, our work, our school, our difficulties, and our hopes. In Galilee, we learn that we can find the risen one in the faces of each of our brothers and sisters, in the enthusiasm of those who dream, in the resurrection, in the resignation of those who are discouraged, in the smiles of those who rejoice, and in the tears of all who suffer, and above all, in the faces of the poor and all those pushed out to the fringes. We will each be amazed how the greatness of God is revealed in the littleness, how his beauty shines forth in the eyes of the poor and in the simple. We have to remember then that we can never renew our encounter with the Lord without the others. We can never leave others behind, never pass over generations, but we must accompany one another daily, keeping the Lord always at the center. For if the young are called upon to open new doors, the older hold the keys. An institute remains youthful by going back to its roots, by listening to its older members. There is no future without this encounter between the old and the young. There is no growth without roots, and there is no flowering without new buds. There is never prophecy without memory, or memory without prophecy, and all requires constant encounter. A final thought for this blessed day. The peace Jesus gives to us at Easter is not the peace that follows the strategies of the world which believes it can obtain it through force, by conquest, and with various forms of imposition. This peace, in reality, is only an interval between wars. We are well aware of this. The peace of the Lord follows the way of meekness and the cross. It is taking responsibility for others. Indeed, Christ took on himself our evil, our sin, and our fight with death. He took all of this upon himself. In this way, he freed us. He paid for us. His peace is not the fruit of some compromise, but rather is born of self-giving. This meek and courageous peace, though, is difficult to accept. In fact, the crowd who exalted Jesus is the same that a few days later will shout, "Crucify him! Crucify him!" and fearful and disappointed will not lift a finger for him. Strive for meekness and courage. Work to carry his peace through your life, your works, your actions and words, to the Galilee in your world, or just some of its residents. Take responsibility for the needs of their life, things that they cannot any longer do: weeding, painting of their house. You arrange the volunteers, etc. No one ever said that you had to do it all yourself. Help to fix all the piddly plumbing, electrical, etc. that the poor jerry-rig to work, or simply learn to live without. Ask stores or vendors for donations, and work to benefit others doing the same work of peace, of Christ. And never, ever stop. For in 45 centuries, Galilee has never gone away. Peace be with you. My peace I give to you.